So commitment. There's varying different levels of commitment from a team perspective. How bought in are they? And then from a leader perspective as well. How much, buy-in do we need from leaders? How much does it come from the top? And what currents do we need absolutely from the bottom as well? So talk to me about commitment.
Well, commitment has to start at the top because the leaders have to be the role models. They have to walk the talk. So the commitment by the company is from the top, and that's committing to resources, that's committing to believing in the change, that's committing to navigating the difficulties in the change. It's ensuring that the team knows that this is important. So to me, when a leader demonstrates that in everything they do, whether it's talking about it in a team meeting or asking, following up on emails, say, did you guys see that? Do you have any questions? That leadership commitment is essential. And it's not just them believing, but them committing resources, helping their team navigate it. And if people say, I don't have capacity, then that leader, that commitment says, I will find a way to have you help with this change.
And what about from a visibility perspective, like visibility, action-oriented?
Well, visibility is a really good one. So often in change, people will write emails and send them on behalf of someone. We've all seen that. But then when that leader walks around, they aren't talking about it. They send this beautiful email that they may or may not have written. They have to be visible and they have to be part of the change. Otherwise, people will catch on quickly. They're very smart, but they don't necessarily mean it. So as a leader, you have to be visible and you have to act on it. Like you said, the call to action has to be serious and change. And for long changes, which, there's some system changes that take 5 years, that leader has to fill up the resilience tank and the excitement tank and go for it all 5 years, the massive change marathon at all times. And it's just the only way that will get done is if the leaders say, I'm showing up, I'm visible, and I believe in this.
Yeah, love it. So Srima, you've talked through clarity, communication, collaboration, culture, and commitment. It's a very simple framework. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that where you've maybe seen where, somebody's, it's really not worked and there's a really good lesson that we could give today from a example perspective, maybe from one of the companies that you've worked at that we can have as a bit of a leave behind for the team?
Well, I would say the first question was what things worked and didn't work. Change doesn't stop when you finish the project. So I think if you really want the change to work long term, you have to reinforce it. You have to revisit it. And not only that, it has to become part of your business as usual, so that if you did do a big business model change or a system change or a cultural change, whatever you've done is now part of your business planning process. So if you've put in a new system, that system goes into the ecosystem and isn't viewed as this outside thing anymore. It's, the earlier you can put it into your regular business, the better. And I'd say, building on that, the things I've seen that haven't worked is when you have two parallel programs. You've got your business as usual program, everyone's overwhelmed, and then you've got this change program. So you've got people working at 110% capacity, and then you've got this program they can't quite understand how it fits in. They have no KPIs. They don't really see it in the business plan, but they've seen a change plan. The sooner those are one comprehensive company plan, and this is what we need to do over the next year, the faster the change will go and the better it will go.
Yeah.
Because you've aligned all the resources, the systems, the processes, the timelines. Yeah. You've made sure they don't overlap with regular, business as usual goals. Like I've seen change happen during, the end of year reporting. And then they go, I wonder why that change didn't work. Yeah. And you think, well, it's because it wasn't aligned with the rest of the business operating rhythm. Yeah. So the sooner you can do that, the better.
And absolutely, keyword alignment. From a people perspective, making sure the team that are implementing the change are aligned, the actual, helpers, the transformation team, hopefully, that are helping you, that they are aligned, making sure the team that you are working with are aligned on why, going back to our first C, on why we need to change, and then absolutely cascading that to have a successful change program.